What's going on, y'all? It's the Buttadawgz, the dogs with the butter, and welcome to the Kennel. The Kennel is a creative space in Sacramento for artists to show their talent. And today on the Kennel, we got Malachi.
What's up, y'all? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, Malachi? I'm good, man.
Chilling, bro.
I know you personally, Malachi, and I can explain you to the people of who you are. But if you could, for me, go ahead and explain yourself to the people and what you do.
Explain myself. Okay. That's honestly, I'm just I say I like to get to the point where I could call myself a multifaceted artist. You know, kind of like I want to get to a point where I conquer as many mediums as possible. But mostly, I just feel like I like my greatest tool is to like come up with ideas and to like think and like put things in a visual format as best as I can. And so that's what I've been doing lately. I'm going to art school, you feel me? Just like trying to sharpen the sword and everything and just like get nice as best as possible, you know?
Where are you currently at art school?
Academy of Art in San Francisco.
How is that?
It's cool. It's cool. It's definitely like being in like it almost feels like an arena. You know what I mean? Where it's like in the way of just like everybody. I've never been in a place where like everybody was so focused on like getting better at a craft, you know, or like everybody's mindset was around like the visual aspects of things, like the aesthetics of things, whether that's like fashion, whether that's like art, visual development, illustration, whatever it is. But it's like it's been really cool to just like lock in on that, like I don't know, just be able to have teachers that are able to like actually direct you. You know what I mean? And like I was kind of winging it before that, you know, and so to get a little instruction and like get some real consistency behind what I do is like been very nice, you know.
And compared to like your past, like I said, we've known each other for a long time. Me and Malachi went to school together. Shout out San Juan Unified. Yeah, bro. Shout them out. In my opinion, just the education we got was good, but as far as supporting kids creatively, it wasn't. Like we were really, it was very cut and dry and it was focused. How would you say it's changed now for you compared to how it was?
I think that honestly, I think that it was like just to be able to be told that like thinking in a way that's not super like I'm not coming up with a right answer. You know what I mean? Like with art, it's like you're not like there's no right answers. It's like more of like what is the most appealing to you and like what is interesting to you and like what will, you know, convey what you're feeling on the inside, you know? And I think that it's like that form of thinking is I don't think that we really even prize it like in any sort of education, you know, unless you go to like, you know, some schools have really good teachers, have really good like framework to like, you know, give kids that. But I think that it's like most kids, especially kids that like, you know, aren't going to private school and like, you know, just like the everyday person, like you're not getting that in schools, you know what I mean? And it's like a lot of schools are more focused on like, you know, having people fall in line and like do what is right, quote unquote, you know, and like follow the rules and like go into like a conventional career path. And so I don't know, having like the other end of that where like just like realizing that like there's another side to that, like the world is much bigger than that, you know what I mean? And it's like you can even get into a conventional career path and not even like it, you know, and it's like you have to figure out what you're doing, what you want to do, you know. It's like once that part of my brain clicked, it was like I can't really go back now. You feel me?
And so you've grown, you've developed, now you're in art school. Have you always been a drawer? Have you always been an artist, or is this like a newer thing?
Nah, not really. At least like, you know, I took like art classes as a kid, you know, in school, you know, or just like I would like doodle on desks and stuff. But it was like I never really like held that as part of my identity until probably it was like around the pandemic is when I started to like realize that this is like a viable outlet, you know, for me to like actually I don't know. I think I was growing up and stuff. I was always looking for some sort of outlet. Like I was like always like imagine if I could like, you know, play an instrument and have it convey how I feel, you know, or imagine if I could like get up and do poetry or something, and like I was like, that's so cool, but it's like I tried different things and I just didn't have it, you feel me? But then it was like one point, like I think it was just through the pandemic, just being so bored, you know what I mean? Facts. You just try everything, you feel me? And I got to a point where I was just like, let me just like draw this right here in my house, you feel me? And then by doing that, like I was like, while I was doing that, I got into like almost like a meditative state, you know, of just being like, there's nothing that's important but me in this paper, and like trying to create this image that's in front of me. And then like once I actually did, you know, like it was like, that's incredibly satisfying, you know, like it was just like it scratches an itch, you know what I mean?
Makes your toes grow for real.
Damn near, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it's just like damn near, bro. Like it's just, I don't know. It's nothing like it for real. And then it's like, as I like try new mediums and stuff, I figured out like how to like really have it, how to really have it like work and like, you know, convey what I feel and everything. And so, you know, that's I can't go back now.
What were you painting, and what was the first thing that you realized you were like, damn, this is kind of like my niche?
What was I painting?
Yeah. Or like, what were you doing? Maybe pencil, drawing, whatever.
Like the first thing I was like, I guess proud of. The first thing that I looked at and I was like, okay, this is like pretty good, was that it was like a screenshot from the scene from that movie Do the Right Thing, where the dude has the love what is this called?
Tattoo?
Like the hand ring, you know, like where it's like the
like brass knuckles?
It's like brass knuckles, but it was like,
okay.
you know, for
fashion
aesthetics, you know what I mean? And it's like he has like the hate one, he has the love one.
Okay.
And it's like this like still shot of him like with like apartment background, and then it's like the street, and then it's just like his fist. And I did that because I was just like, that would be super cool to draw, you know? And then I did it, and it was like, I don't know, that was like the first time I like really, like I was doing watercolors back then, and that was the first time I really had like the medium really work for me. And then I kind of like I'm a black person, so I'm always gonna like make black art, you know, I can't not make black art. But it was like, that was the first time it really felt like I was like, okay, this is like something that's like super black and like super like kind of conveys my identity, I think, you know. And so since then, I think that a lot of the things I've drawn or like painted have kind of like leaned into that sort of like realm of like just things that are like very like informed by like black culture, and like you know, whether that's just like things that like things that are influenced by like just like being in my like aunt's house and like the way that looks, you know, like the art on the walls, you know what I mean?
There's an aesthetic to it, yeah.
Or like the music I listen to or whatever it is, you know. But it's like that all like definitely goes into my art for real.
No, definitely, because like there will be, and as a mixed man, there's definitely there's your white family, and then there's your black family, and there's an inherent fucking difference between like you go over to Peepaw's house and it smells. I don't know if you probably don't know. White families have a distinct smell to their fucking house, bro. Like it's weird. Like you walk in and you're like, what is that?
Yeah, I do know. Like
stale popcorn or like older tuna in a can type. Foul, bro. Like it stinks.
Nah, but sometimes we having like the air fresheners. It'd be cool. Like you feel me? Like
shout out Peepaw though.
I'm gonna go ahead and not comment on that.
Shout out Peepaw. That's nostalgia bad. And kind of being able to grow into finding yourself making black art, because I mean, like you could have picked up like an anime aesthetic. You could have picked up like an what's called like old American style. What's that tattoo?
Oh, like the Americana
type shit. Yeah, you could have picked, but like how did it feel once you realized you had to focus? Like you were like, damn, this isn't just me drawing. I'm not doodling anymore. Like I'm like that.
Yeah, it felt, I don't know, like every so often, like I'll have like this like real like validating feeling, you know, like I'll like make a piece and then like it'll be so close to like what I have in mind for like what I want to do with my art for like the rest of my life, you know, that it's just like extremely satisfying. And like a lot of the stuff that I like try to align with has to like is like very like influenced by like older, or not older, but just like Black artists in the 20th century, like Jacob Lawrence. I really like Kerry James Marshall. But I also really do. I do also like the Renaissance type art where it's like Caravaggio and like that very like realistic, dramatic depictions of certain events. But it's like I think that it's like if I like my favorite thing is like when I can intersect all of those, like have the web all center back to one thing and like have it feel like it's like touching everything, you know?
And would that one thing be your art? Like you want all that to translate into your pieces?
Yeah, I think so. I think that and like each piece is different. Like some pieces I try to like focus on different things. Like some pieces I'm like very like locked in on like color and like I almost let other aspects of it go, you know, and like I'll just like not really be worried about like I just want to like create a mood with like maybe it's like color sometimes, or like maybe I'll just like want to create a mood with like composition or whatever. So it's like they'll have different focuses, but I think that it's like to have like a similar. I've been told I have a similar feeling across my art, but I don't know if it's all that much of a conscious thing to like be like I'm trying to. I think in the research aspect, I'm trying to connect all these things, but in practice, it's just like I'm trying to like express this idea that I have like fully, you know.
How has that process been? Because me personally, I'm not an artist, so everything you're saying to me is brand new. You just named a bunch of people, I don't know who they are.
My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good.
No,
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna be like this on Google for real.
Bro,
But
I just be nerding out.
as you should, because I mean, you're in art school, so you're obviously they're making you research these things, and especially if you're starting to feel like you're channeling kind of. I don't know if that's an ignorant term, like heritage. Like you're feeling like, so. You're feeling like you started making black art, and you said, "Damn, my hand is casually making black art." You know what I'm saying? So like you're studying these people, you're looking these people up, you're trying to find these concepts that like are similar to that. So how was it finding it translate into like all the interconnections, like trying to translate it? How is that process like for you? Or like, are you working towards that process?
I think I'm just working towards it for real, cause it's like there's like a. I don't know, you know, it's like there's like when you look at these like other artists, it's like their whole body of work in their entire life. Cause I think like as like artists are one of those things where it's like it's not like you don't ever retire from being an artist. You know what I mean? Like for who I was looking at, but it was like Picasso had like a self portrait from when he was like 90 some years old. You feel me? And it was like months before he died.
He did it?
It was like a year before he died or something crazy. Exactly, but it's like because like you're just like the artist's whole life culminate into them having like a complete expression of themselves, you know. And so it's like when I'm like I'll try to like I think I'm trying to like at my best to like absorb these other artists as best as I can, like see where they were going and like see what they were saying. But it's like they were doing the same thing with the artists of their time, you know. And so it's like, if anything, I'm just trying to like, I guess I want my conversation, like I want my little remarks to be put in the conversation. You know what I mean? And like, I guess it's like, yeah, like I wouldn't say I'm there. I definitely don't think I'm there yet. You know,
big yet.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
on your way. Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
100%. Especially like with how you're going about it, because like some people could just be like, "Oh no, I'm drawing." You know what I mean? But it seems like it's been a process. Like there's definitely been like a beginning and like not even an end, a continuation. You know what I mean? Of like how far you've gone, and especially to be conscious of like to research the people before you and to actually like look into that. It takes intentionality and it takes like to do that, which leads to a greater purpose at the end of it. It's not just gonna be you gonna end up being that tie that you was talking about.
Yeah, I really hope so.
And then so
I think it's just like it has to do with just like, bro, I feel like I hadn't really found like a whole lot of things that I like was like I fucking love. You know what I mean? Like I'm really, really into, you know, and so it's like I'll like there's been times when I'll just like my art page on my Instagram is the whole Explorer page is just like still lifes, contemporary art, like all these things, and I'll just like that's what I'm like scrolling through sometimes, like where I'll just like my brain like only wants to see that, you know what I mean, and like see how other people did things, and it's like that, like, I don't know, like, I'm like into, I'm into sports and stuff, but it's like I feel like the thing that really like captivates my attention is art. And so it's like, I'm just like trying to like, I don't know, just do it justice, you feel me? And like, just take it as far as I can, I guess, and just see where that takes me.
And what is the plan? Where do you want it to take you? Are you still kind of relative about that and you're just going to go with the flow and see where life takes you? Or is there a goal in mind?
I mean, like, I definitely want to be able to like, feel me? Everybody wants to be able to like eat off their passions. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's kind of where I'm at, of just wanting to like make it so that I can survive as an artist with, I want to make it so like I wake up in the morning and like art is what I think about immediately, and it's like I can like live a life like that, where it's like maybe I am doing other things as like put the like make ends meet and everything, but at the same time though, like I want to like have like my main focus throughout the day be like creating art and like being able to have complete expression of that, and so. I don't know. I guess like I wouldn't mind like teaching one day, maybe at like the college level, or like having gallery shows and stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. You're trying to be in the Fine Arts Museum. You're trying to be in the Louvre, bro. You're trying to be next to Mona Lisa for real. Like,
yeah, I definitely want to be like in that like conversation of like fine artists, in the future. I love that, because I think that's where I'm like where I'm most interested in, So
that's tight. And then, as an artist, not as an artist, what is just something you wish people knew about you? Or what's something you always think about yourself that you perceive yourself as that you feel like generally people don't?
I don't know, man.
Existential ass question, my bad.
Let me just go stare at the wall right quick for an hour or so, I don't know. I feel like I like to describe myself as multifaceted, of just like somebody that's just like, I think when I really start to like feel like I'm like getting like holed into one thing, like I like it kind of like makes me get this weird feeling that I don't like, and so it's like I think that it's like I try to like just diversify as much as possible, and so I feel like that would be it. I guess that it's like I'm like definitely like multifaceted as a person in general, and like whether it's like music I listen to, whether it's like whatever I'm into, I don't know. And so I don't know. I feel like that's kind of dry ass answer. But.
No, you have your hands in like different pots basically. Yeah,
I try to like right now I'm trying to get into like photography, just because I think that like not only can it inform like my paintings and like composition and color and all that, but also like I don't know, I like I love the texture of film photography and the way that it can just like take a very mundane scene, and it's just like if you have a little bit of light in there, it can just like make it into like a movie scene, something beautiful, Hey, we'll be right back after these messages.
Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to One Up Retro. Come check us out. I look crazy with this Mewtwo sticking out my pocket. I don't know if you've been here before. If you haven't, it's your first time. Nah, it's all fucked up. Because of course it's your first time. Cut! Like they say, this is where the magic happens. My boy Yasu up in here, it's gonna be us two up in here holding it down. Get me the fuck out of here.